I used to work the night shift at a gas station off Highway 46. It was one of those lonely stretches where cars passed maybe once every half hour, and the hum of the refrigerator was the only sound keeping you company. But that night, something felt wrong. It started around 2 a.m. when an old pickup pulled up to pump 3. No headlights. The engine idled, but no one got out. I waited. 1 minute, 2. The truck just sat there, rattling softly. "Hey buddy, you gonna pump or what?" I called out through the speaker. No response. I stepped outside, flashlight in hand. The air was cold enough to sting my throat. I walked toward the truck, the beam cutting through the fog. The driver's window was rolled halfway down, but the inside was pitch black. Then I saw it. There was someone in the driver's seat. Or something. A pale face, motionless like wax. I swear it wasn't breathing. I stumbled back, heart racing. The flashlight flickered, and when it came back on, the truck was empty. The doors still closed, no footprints on the wet concrete. You ever get that gut feeling that something's watching you? Like the air around you thickens? That's what it felt like when I turned back toward the station. The lights inside were off, completely dark. I knew I hadn't turned them off. I ran back in, locking the door behind me. My hands were shaking so bad I dropped my phone twice before managing to call my manager. Straight to voicemail. Then the motion sensor dinged. Pump 3. Again. This time the truck wasn't there, just the pump handle swinging slowly back and forth, clinking against the metal. I watched, frozen, as it stopped, mid-swing, on its own. I remember whispering, "Who's there?" like some part of me expected an answer. And I got one. A voice, low and distorted, came from the intercom. "You shouldn't have come outside." I swear I hadn't touched the button. My radio was off. I unplugged the system hours ago because of static. The sound came again, closer this time, but from inside the store. "You saw me." The flashlight beam caught the reflection of something moving behind the snack aisle, tall, thin, and crawling low to the ground. The shape twitched like a glitching frame in a broken video. I bolted into the back room, slammed the door behind me, and hid behind the shelves of cleaning supplies. My breathing echoed off the concrete walls. Every few seconds, I heard that metallic click, the sound of the pump handle tapping the counter. Tap, tap, tap. Then silence. When I finally built up the nerve to look out, the front door was wide open. The fog outside was thicker now, swallowing everything. I saw faint headlights in the distance, a car approaching. Relief. But when it stopped by pump 3, it was the same old pickup. Empty again. And right before I blacked out, I swear I saw a pale figure, standing just inside the doorway, its face expressionless, its eyes like hollow glass. I quit the next morning. The manager didn't even ask why, just nodded, like he already knew. They tore that gas station down months later, said it was too far out to make profit. But sometimes when I drive past that stretch of road, I still see headlights parked by the empty lot. No one inside. Do you think some places remember what happened to them? Or maybe they just wait for someone else to stop by. If you made it this far, I dare you to tell me, would you have walked up to that truck? Comment below if you'd survived the night shift at mile 46, or if you'd never even stopped there. I never believed the old stories about mirrors. You know, those tales about reflections moving on their own, or shadows that don't belong to you. But last month, I started seeing things in mine. It began after I moved into a small apartment on the east side of town, one of those cheap rentals with flickering lights and paper-thin walls. The bathroom mirror was old, its edges spotted and dull, but I didn't think much of it until the second night. I was brushing my teeth when I noticed my reflection didn't blink. I blinked once. It didn't. Just stood there, smiling faintly. A half second too long. You ever felt your stomach drop so fast it made you dizzy? That's what hit me. I turned off the light, stepped out, and told myself it was nothing. Just fatigue. The next morning, I covered the mirror with a towel. Problem solved. Except, when I came home from work that night, the towel was gone, folded neatly on the sink. At first, I thought maybe I forgot to leave it there, but then I noticed the fog on the glass, like someone had been breathing on it, and written across it with a finger, "I missed you." I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard faint tapping from the bathroom, like fingernails on glass. By the third day, it wasn't just tapping. I'd catch my reflection lagging, my head turning slower than it should. Once, it even looked directly at me when I wasn't facing the mirror. I tried calling my landlord to remove it. He just laughed and said, "Ah, you met the mirror ghost. Every new tenant does." Then he hung up. That's when I realized he wasn't joking. I decided to record it, proof I wasn't going insane. I set up my phone overnight, pointed straight at the mirror. At 3:17 a.m., the recording stopped. Battery full, no reason for it to cut out. When I checked the footage the next morning, my reflection was still in frame. Except I wasn't in the room. It was standing there, motionless. Then it smiled. Not my smile. Something else. It lifted its hand, touched the inside of the glass, and the surface rippled. I threw a sheet over it and ran out of the apartment. I stayed at a friend's place that night, tried to forget, but the next morning I found something on my phone, a new video, timestamped at 4:03 a.m. It showed me sleeping in my friend's room, and in the corner of the shot, the faint outline of a mirror. I went back home to destroy it, grabbed a hammer, ripped off the sheet, and froze. The mirror was cracked already, spiderwebbing outward like something had punched from the inside. And behind those cracks, a dark, endless space. A face moved there, mine, but not mine, whispering, "You shouldn't have left." When I swung the hammer, everything went black. I woke up hours later, glass scattered everywhere. The mirror was gone, completely gone. Now, every screen I look into, my phone, my laptop, even the reflection on a window, sometimes I see it, just standing behind me, smiling. So tell me, have you ever looked into a mirror and felt like something was looking back? If you've ever felt your reflection move just a little too late, don't look now, but maybe it's still watching. Comment, "I see you," if you made it this far. And let's see who's still brave enough to check the mirror tonight. It started 3 months ago. The night I forgot to lock my front door. You ever get that gut feeling? The one that makes your chest tighten for no reason? That's how it began. I woke up around 2:30 a.m. to the faint sound of someone breathing on the other side of my bedroom door. At first, I thought it was the pipes or maybe the wind, but then I heard a soft voice whisper, "You're awake, aren't you?" I froze. The voice was calm, almost playful, like it already knew the answer. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight, shining it toward the door. Nothing. But the doorknob. It was moving, slowly, side to side. I couldn't breathe. I wanted to call the police, but I couldn't move. My body just refused. The whisper came again, closer this time. "Don't open it. You'll ruin the surprise." My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it echo through the silence. Then footsteps, slow, heavy ones, moving away down the hall. When the sun came up, I checked the hallway. Nothing. But on the inside of my door, there were fingernail marks, deep ones, like someone had been scratching to get in. That night, I double-checked every lock in the house, even pushed a chair under the doorknob. I tried to sleep, but around 3 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number, no message, just a voice recording. I pressed play. The same whisper. "You locked me out again." I dropped my phone. The recording kept playing. The voice was walking, the sound of footsteps echoing through my hallway. Then, silence. I didn't sleep for 2 nights after that. I left all the lights on. You ever been so tired your brain starts making sounds? That's what I told myself until my neighbor knocked on my door. He asked if I'd been having visitors late at night. I said no. He frowned because someone's been standing outside your door every night around 3, just staring. He showed me footage from his door cam. The timestamp read 3:02 a.m. There was a shape, tall, motionless, facing my door. The frame glitched whenever the camera tried to focus. That night, I slept with my phone in my hand and a kitchen knife beside me. At 2:59 a.m., the air got cold. I mean, freezing. My phone lit up, another recording from the same number. "You left the window open." I turned my head toward the window. The curtains were swaying just slightly. I saw the outline of a hand press against the glass from the outside, long fingers sliding down slowly. I screamed, grabbed the knife, and ran out of the apartment barefoot. I didn't stop until I reached the street. When the police checked, there were no fingerprints, no sign of forced entry, but on my voicemail, there was one last recording saved automatically. "You shouldn't have run. I was already inside." That's when I realized something. The scratches on the inside of my door weren't from someone trying to get in. They were from me. Would you open the door if you heard your own voice whispering from the other side? Comment, "I heard it too," if you'd make it through the night. And whatever you do, check that your door is locked before you sleep.